So far in these tutorials, we've looked at HTML and how HTML, at its root, it's content that's marked by tags, and then those tags are targeted or selected by CSS, and then those CSS can add styles that are recognized. Up to this point, we haven't looked at the script tag. The script tag is another special tag that's reserved in HTML, and when the web browser sees it, it will begin processing it as JavaScript. Now, JavaScript is a programming language, and like other programming languages, it has things like loops, it has things like variables, and here we'll just show one var x equals 50. We'll do hello there, and then there's a way to log it out to the console, so we'll log x out to the console, and let's just make sure that's working. See that hello there is logged out. So I'm not going to go too far into JavaScript here, land. Like that's another lesson, and I will do a tutorial on that on some other point, like what are the core concepts there. But the core concept is that HTML, it really is just three things typically. I should say web pages. Web pages, they have styles. Well, they start out with content, and the content is marked with tags. The tags then can be targeted with CSS selectors, such as that one right there where it's an element selector, and then styles can be added. And then the final thing is interactivity can be added to the page by using JavaScript. And so just for example, I'm not going to write the code that actually does it. We could write code that adds interactivity if you click on a button, and then it triggers off a bunch of things. So, and at the end of the day, that is a web page. Everything else that you'll do, whether it's a CSS framework, a JavaScript library such as jQuery, Angular, or React, like all those things, all of them just build on top of this foundation. And as you slowly build and add things, eventually you get more complicated looking stuff such as this. And with just a few things here, you can begin seeing things that you couldn't see before. You can see right here that I don't know where this is on the page, but they have an element named span, and it has a class of C1, and there's the content, and then the tag was closed. And this is going to receive any styles that the C1 class has. So anyway, with just a few little things, you're obviously not going to read pages like this ever, but it gives you a foundation. And anyway, I hope this small course and introduction to HTML, CSS, and JavaScript was helpful. Feel free to give me feedback on the comments. Thanks.